Hello and welcome to the Ladies European Tour into the green shores of Ireland for the KPMG Women's Irish Open. We're at the stunning Carton house, Fairmont, just outside of Dublin, on the par 73 O'Meara course, one of the very finest in the country. Georgia Hall, one of the stars, teeing it up, the major winner looking to build on some encouraging recent form. Leona Maguire, though, the one the crowds are here to see. The home hero hoping to become the first Irish woman to win their home open and put her name on the trophy. Breezy with a mixture of sunshine and showers, day one was Ireland in a nutshell. Scores were to be had, but Georgia Hall unable to build any momentum. 2 birdies to go with 2 bogeys in a level par 73. Been a poor season for 5-time LET champion Anne Van Dam, but there were shoots of recovery at last week's Women's Open. The best of the year top 20 finish at St Andrews, and the putter was firing here.
She read it well, didn't she? Walks one in, Van Dam on 11. I think she thought that was short. It hustled for her.
Van Dam 1 under, 2 behind Trisha Chinglab. Like the Dutch woman, last year's Order of Merit winner, has struggled for form. Positive signs in Ireland.
Range birdie on the 9th hole to get herself under par for the day.
Large galleries out to support Leona Maguire. 2 under at the turn. She went without a birdie until this on the 17th.
Good things come to those that wait. Grabs the right edge.
Hiding behind the caddy here is Rookie of the Year leader Chiara Tamburlini. Couldn't see her all that well, but she could see the hole. 1 of 3 birdies in an opening day 17. Pauline Roussin-Bouchard, another off to a good start. After starting the year with a 2nd place finish in Morocco, the French woman has had just 2 top 20 finishes since, but the 2-time LET champion has undoubted ability. An opening day 69 left her in a tie for 4th. Tied for the lead at 5 under, one of those Luna Sobron-Galmez, thanks in part to this monster putt at the 14th.
Looking good, looking very good. Nowhere else, was it?
Another with a fast start was Ursula Wikström. Now in her 21st year on tour, Finn is famously still looking for her first victory. The 43-year-old giving herself a chance to do just that in Ireland. As is Alessandra Fanali, the Italian who has twice finished runner-up, another with a 5 under par round of 68. Fanali has boyfriend Giulio on the bag for the rest of the campaign. They're proving to be an impressive partnership. Little in it then early on, but Wikström, one of those leading the way. The Finn played in the howling wind of St Andrews in the Women's Open the week before. The brutal conditions, good preparation.
At least now it feels so much easier to do everything because I can stand still, like it doesn't feel that the wind is throwing me away and so on, so everything feels in that way much easier to do.
Perfect conditions for the morning wave on day 2 before the wind picked up in the afternoon. Leona Maguire, one of those out in the morning, but it proved to be a frustrating round of golf. This a much needed birdie at her last in front of large galleries, but it was just a round of 72. Maguire 6 shots off the lead. Also on 4 under par, Georgia Hall, the Englishwoman with a brilliant touch here at the 14th, almost holding out for the chip, but in keeping with her week, it was in the end just to rescue par. With the big guns not firing, there was a chance for the others to make their mark. Another round of 70 for Trisha Chinglab, but it could have been so much better. This typical of a round, with the light approach to her final hole the 9th, but she couldn't make the putt. Corinne Wieden moved in contention for the first time this season, the Swedish rookie making just her 3rd cut of the year. A real birdie machine, 9 in total, to move to 7 under. No wonder she was smiling. Chiara Tamburlini already has a win to her name this season down in South Africa, and the Swifts in with a chance of adding another after a day 2 68.
How about that from Tamburlini?
That left her 8 under alongside a charging Annabel Dimmock. brilliant round of 7 under 66, shooting her up into a tie for fourth. That left her one behind Alessandra Fanali. 6 birdies and 2 bogeys from the Italian, who played in the slightly trickier afternoon conditions. Fanali 9 under. As was Leona Gomez. The Spaniard followed her opening day 68 with a 69. This one of 5 birdies in her round. And out ahead was Ursula Wikström, a tap-in par at her last for a 68. The Finn, who lost this tournament in a playoff in 2022 with a 1-shot lead. More than 20 players separated by just half a dozen shots, though, with 2 rounds still to play. Fanali won back, feeling good about her game.
I was a bit upset that when we teed off, the wind came up. I was like, oh my God, yesterday morning the rain came, today the wind. But I handled it very well. I played really good on the back 9, and then from there on I was very relaxed and just enjoying it. So yeah, I'm very confident, yes.
Sun shone and the wind kept low, perfect conditions to make a score on moving day. But again, in keeping with the week, it would be a frustrating 18 from Leona Maguire. The birdie roars few and far between from the girl from Cavan in a 72. And at 5 under, the chances for victory are gone. Not so for Pauline Roussin-Bouchard. Despite her misfiring putter, the Frenchwoman collected 3 birdies on the back 9 to move to 11 under.
What she needed, a kick-in birdie, because her putts just haven't been dropping.
2 shared third, one of those Leona Gomez. Spaniard flying the ball even better than the plane above her head. And a bogey-free round of 70.
Oh, it's a fantastic golf shot. What distance control that was.
A 72 from Fanali. The Italian rolling home a beauty here at the 12th. She and Gomez shared third, 12 under par. That left them 2 behind Ursula Wikström. The Finn fired one of the best shots of the day at the 18th, as she finished in style. 3 birdies in her last 4 holes on her 342nd start. Could this finally be Wikström's week? To take the title, she'd have to overtake Annabel Dimmock. After missing almost 8 months with a serious thumb injury, it's been a fairy tale week for the Englishwoman so far. She set a course record on Friday and then broke it on Saturday. Out in 33, she came back in 32, then a brilliant 65. After Maguire looked him down, Dimmock was back with a bang. 2-shot lead then heading into the final round with Wikström just behind. Dimmock with the advantage, who said afterwards that the injury has given her a new perspective on the sport.
I think I don't get too high on the highs now, because I also know, there might not be that round the corner, and I think that I don't get down with the lows. I think I've been through so much that I generally do feel quite bulletproof in golf, and especially on the course.
Stay with us to see if Wikström could finally get over the winning line, or if Dimmock could close it out. Plenty of twists ahead. We'll see you after the break. Hello and welcome back to Carton House and the final round of the KPMG Women's Irish Open at the par 73 O'Meara course, where Ursula Wikström's hoping to make it 342nd time lucky. The Finn just 2 off the lead, held by Annabel Dimmock. 2 course records in a row, an impressive return to action for a player back to full-time action after close to a year out with injury. A reminder of how things look: Dimmock with a 2-shot lead over Wikström, but not just between those two. Fanali and 2-time LET winner Roussin-Bouchard would both back themselves to go low and be in with a chance. Overcast but low winds and reachable pins. It was a day to go out on the attack. Leona Maguire was doing her best. This at 16 would put her 4 under for the day. Too far back to challenge. No doubt about the shot of the day. Tiffany Chan nailing her second at the 13th to equal the player from Hong Kong on target for her best finish of the season. Wikström starting the day in second place and the Finn landing birdies. This her 4th of the round to go to the bogey, the 7th. Pauline Roussin-Bouchard began the day 5 back, but making up some ground. The French woman made the turn in 3 under, added another birdie at the 10th to go to 14 under. Annabel Dimmock made the perfect start with birdies at the first 2 holes, but then her putter went a little cold. The leader unable to capitalise on this approach to the round. Dimmock's lead now 1 over Wikström, with Roussin-Bouchard a further 3 shots behind. I'm Richard Cockman alongside former LET player Sophie Walker. And Sophie, if the last few years of the Women's Irish Open has taught us anything, we should be in for a great back 9.
2 playoffs here at the Women's Irish Open, and this back 9 with Mark O'Meara's Amen corner, I'm sure will ask the players some questions. Second shot for Wikström into 10. She said she wanted to be aggressive from 106. She's done just that. What a way to start the back 9.
9 runner-up finishes on tour for Ursula Wikström. Not for the one to try. This short downhill par 4. Lydia Ko tempo, that's what she's been trying to use in her head this week.
It certainly looks less aggressive through the ball. I think her wedges have been a strength. From inside 100, she's done it again.
Interesting reaction that from Annabel. Beautiful looking swing, wasn't it? Roussin-Bouchard, one of those who played in the World Amateur Team Championships when they played it here in 2018.
It's dogleg from left to right, 11th. Par 4 up the hill, the hardest hole on the golf course. But don't tell Pauline that.
Chance for back-to-back birdies for Tamburlini. A bit right to left. Perfect. So she moves to 14 under.
Uphill putt for Dimmock to make her 3 on 10 to get it to 19 under par. Stay up with her. Oh, just like some pace. Yeah, there's some anguish there. She's not birdied 8, 9 or 10 when she's had a wedge in her hand.
Has to settle for the par. He finished 5th and 4th the last 2 Irish Opens. It was an event missing from the schedule for 10 years before returning in 2022. And it's this lady really who has been behind its fabulous resurgence. Started the final round 11 shots back. For a share of the lead.
No problem at all. Has to keep that speed of walk up and the aggression in her putting and approach play.
Simplest of birdies. Yep. Birdie number 5 of the day. Roussin-Bouchard on the charge. 15 under.
I wonder who they're watching. Leona. You don't need her surname. Dressed in the green and white of Ireland. This birdie on the last.
Not to be, but it's going to be her best round of the week. Like to see Coldplay in concert tomorrow night, and then next Sunday, a flight to Virginia.
I think that Sunday will give her some confidence heading to a for Solheim Cup, never lost one.
Back to the final 3-ball. Dimmock at this uphill par 4 11th.
118 yards, pitching wedge. Look how she's keeping that right foot down, something she's been working on with her coach Lawrence Farmer. Come back. It's unlucky, like you said, it's an uphill par 4.
Still got a birdie look, as has Roussin-Bouchard, where she's been giving herself great birdie looks every hole on this back 9. This for 3 in a row.
On the charge, 6 under for the day. Look out for Pauline, she loves the chase and isn't in the pressure of this final group like Dimmock.
Good roll, but that's going to be 9 straight pars now for the overnight leader. That thumb injury that kept her out for 8 months. Says she feels like she's won whatever happens today, but I'm sure she'd like to get the victory, as would Ursula Wikström. This to go to the top of the leaderboard again.
There seems to be an acceptance in both Annabel's and Ursula's game that I can't get in my own way out here if I'm going to win. Whatever happens will happen. They've both been through a lot in their careers.
Playing with Leona Maguire, Solheim Cup partners, Maguire and Georgia Hall. Great try at 18. It's going to be matching 68s. Next stop, Solheim Cup.
I wouldn't mind seeing this pairing.
They only returned in May after those 8 months out.
Like you said, 9th par in the row. Might feel like this round is stalling, especially after all the birdies that she's had over the last 2 days.
Especially with all the birdies that are going on around her. Tricky par 3 14th, Tamburlini with some short game work to do.
So close. Hard green to hit. Less than 70% of the field hit that 14th green, so that's a good par save.
Well, pin better watch out. Roussin-Bouchard, perfect position at 13. And that's a delightful touch. We saw this in Singapore, didn't we, last year when she won that closing round of 64.
And if you look at when she won the Scaff, though, she shot a 60. That she's got those low numbers in it. But Annabel Dimmock will know this. She actually hit it in trouble off the tee. 3 wood down the right into the bunker. Then didn't get it out, splashed it out to the right-hand side. So hitting 3. That come back. Really the first mistakes we've seen from Annabel.
Yeah, 54 holes without a drop shot. The other co-leader also in a spot of bother. Wikström at the short par 4 here in 2.
She also found the bunker on 95 yards, left it short, and has left the pitch short also. Oh, with Roussin-Bouchard in close on 13. These two are struggling.
Yeah, we could see a bit of a dramatic change here, couldn't we? Roussin-Bouchard knocks this in. I mean, she could be leading on her own in a moment. 18 under par, a 3-way tie as it stands.
Uphill left to right here for Wikström. Second bogey of the round. She falls 1 back on a hole which is driver wedge.
Continuation of that 5 for the Finn. Played all 4 rounds at St Andrews last week. Dimmock to try and avoid the same fate.
Shouldn't have to worry too much about the pace. This one is down the hill, has some brake on it.
Oh, just like that, here comes this held co-leaders. They're going to walk off it. One behind Roussin-Bouchard. She's fairly popular around these parts. The poster girl for the tournament, the inspiration for the next generation. 5 behind at the start of the day, it's Pauline Roussin-Bouchard who's edged ahead with her back 9 charge on the Emira course at this KPMG Women's Irish Open. Hello and welcome back to Carton House in the province of Leinster for the KPMG Women's Irish Open. After her drop shot at 12, Annabel Dimmock bounced back immediately. This setting up a chance she would take at 13 and move her back to 18 under par and tied at the top. While Chiara Tamburlini kept her fate hopes alive, the Swiss with yet another eye-catching putt to move to 15 under, 3 back. An eagle birdie finish for Trishat Chinglab sees last year's #1 finish at 14 under, the top 3 separated by just 1 shot. Push the tee at the par 5 15th back, so playing its full distance, so 3rd shot in for Roussin-Bouchard.
From 101 yards, using the back slope there on 15.
About 9 it's been from Roussin-Bouchard, now to 14.
7-9 for Wikström, down the hill, playing 150. Sounded great. Oh, what a shot, especially as her playing partners have missed the green. Putting the pressure on.
That was a classy effort from Wikström. Early putt to come from her now. Up at 18, Tiffany Chan, not missed a cut all season, but heading for her first top 10 it seems.
She had the eagle on 13, she birded 15 and 16. Sticks her in tight there.
Real pars on the back 9 so far for Alessandra Fanali.
Opted to chip this one instead of pot it. Doesn't carry the shoulder.
It's been a little flat at times for the Italian today.
This is the 3rd full shot in a row that Dimmock has leaked right. Tee shot on 12, approach to 12 and now on 14. Needs to slice across this one, keep the face open. Oh, something like that, go in.
Oh, nice one.
That's delightful. That on the bag. Happy with that one. She's an Irish mother, Louise. She's from Cork. So considers herself half English, half Irish.
Eight birdies in 12 holes. That is outstanding from the 2 times LET winner. Yes, you should be smiling.
Yeah, she's back in the lead on her own now at 19 under. Wikström, wonderful tee shot. Is for the 2.
I don't need to tell her that. At least she's got 2 par 5s to come, and that's been her strength this week.
5 par 5s on the course. It's a par 73. Now this for a back 9 of 30 for Tiffany Chan. Excellent. That's fine playing from the player from Hong Kong. Closing 66, 14 under.
from right to left.
Well, any chances she had, I think, had disappeared with that third bogey of the day for Fanali.
Has to just look at experience. This is only her second year on the Ladies European Tour in the final group. She will learn from this.
Finished second in the opening event of the season behind Shannon Tan. Should be a formality for Annabel Dimmock, tidying up after that wonderful chip shot.
She's missed the green here 3 out of 4 days and got up and down every time.
17th, a reachable par 5. Especially when you hit a tee shot like Tamburlini has.
Giving everything to this 3-wood. Threads the needle.
Maybe you hit. You never know. Doesn't seem like the leaders are coming back to her. Here's Wikström now at 15.
Has to wedge this long of the hole. It all sits from back to front. Try and control the spin. Superb.
It's a venue that has great history. The original Carton house dates back to the beginning of the 17th century, and this is one of the most delightful holes on this O'Meara course that was designed and opened in 2002.
Decided to club up here because as you're short of the pin, it all spins back towards the water. It was a good decision, well executed.
No let up from Roussin-Bouchard, which means Dimmock and Wikström have got to keep their foot down.
And they are doing birdie chances to come on 15.
It's one of the players' favourite tournaments of the year. Wonderful setting, big crowds.
Well, she's had 6 top 10s this year, including that win. For Eagle. Oh, I thought it would turn in at the end.
Will be a 7th birdie of the round though, for a player who won by 7 shots on her 7th Ladies European Tour start in Johannesburg. Holes running out though for Tamburlini.
Well, with Dimmock and Wikström on the 15th green, it's adjacent to this one. A downhill left to right putt for a 2. That was low, straight off the face.
Well, a rarity. A hole on this back 9 and no birdie for Roussin-Bouchard, who has had some tough times, low points this year. Wikström, got to get this to the hole surely.
Pace shouldn't be an issue. Downhill right to left. Roussin-Bouchard will hear that cheer on the 16th. The pressure is on, but Wikström standing up.
One behind now, 18 under par she goes to. Some tidying up to do for Roussin-Bouchard at 16.
Oh, she's pushed it from 12 feet. She's looking at making a bogey. I mean, nobody saw that coming.
Dimmock's birdie does not drop. That was to effectively go in front again on her own, but well, things have tightened up once again at the top. This for bogey for Roussin-Bouchard.
She talks about not having stressful moments, avoiding them. That was an unforced error there.
Just the par for Dimmock, and we are in some fun over this closing stretch. The last 2 editions of the KPMG Women's Irish Open have ended in playoffs, You wouldn't rule it out again, would you? With 3 players now tied at the top. Welcome back to the closing stages of the KPMG Women's Irish Open, where 3 players are locked in a share of the lead. Roussin-Bouchard, Wikström and Dimmock all at 18 under par.
Chiara Tamburlini 2 shots back, so this one needs to go. Wedge from the left-hand side of 18. He wouldn't put it past her.
What a great effort. Not going to get the win, it seems, but this result will take her to the top of the Ladies European Tour rankings.
A miss green on 16 for Dimmock. She's only missed 7 in 3 days. Now I get her missing 3 in 5 holes. Didn't come down from that slope and knob.
Big drive from Roussin-Bouchard, just an iron in.
Has to avoid the bunker short left. Now she's got a 40-yard bunker shot. Par 5. Oh, it carries it safely on board in 2.
Yeah, she's on 17, the final 3 ball on 16. Also missing the green. A tough spot this for Wikström.
They have to play it like a bunker shot. Hit the grass before, have it release downhill towards water. Oh, well, under the circumstances, that is magnificent.
She's played some cracking shots on this back 9, Ursula Wikström. Fastest walker on the LET. Let's catch up with Laura Beveridge, who's had a tough spell on the LET, but this has been a good week for her.
It's a better one now. Her first top 20 of the season for the likeable Scot.
Yeah, when you consider she opened up with a 75, that's fantastic play. Great to hear those roars as well.
The final hole of Amen Corner here at Carton House. Put to save par for Dimmock to remain in the lead. Oh, that is clutch. You can see the mini fist pump there.
She's made a couple of great 3s at the 2 par 3s.
Eagle putt up the hill.
It's just rolled on a little bit, almost similar distance to the one she just missed at 16.
Some tidying up to do for Wikström. Also safe par. This is going to be some finish.
It really is. Huge birdie at last. Big par there for Wikström. Tamburlini for a round of 65, which would equal the best of the week. And that'll leave her in 4th place. We've got a new number 1 on the Ladies European Tour.
Shoots her lowest round of the year to do it. She's seen this one eat past the hole, so it'll be from right to left.
Got that one, and she is back in front at 19 under par. If she can find another birdie at the last, she's going to be hard to catch.
Had a decision to make. Was it 7-wood or 4-iron here for Dimmock? Opted for the 4-iron. Adrenaline must be flowing, as is that golf swing.
Setting herself up for an eagle opportunity. Wikström hoping to do the same. She was in the playoff 2 years ago that was won by Spilkova.
Hybrid also outside, 200 yards to the pin. Oh no! Didn't quite catch it, and that bunker there, I said you have the long 40-yard bunker shot. So Dimmock safely on the green, Wikström in the sand.
And Roussin-Bouchard down the left-hand side of 18.
Ball miles above her feet. With this wedge, she has to send it out towards the TV tower. You can't go long and left of this flag. Oh, she has. It's treacherous down there.
So another little twist in this final round saga in Ireland.
Well, the lie's good, but has to get it up to the top step here on 17. Thought she played that better than the result.
So no guarantee of the birdie then for Ursula Wikström. Work to be done up at 18 for Roussin-Bouchard. You make your own luck, it says on her ball. Which you could do with a little bit here though.
Oh, stung into the upslope, didn't carry it far enough. Well, she's made loads of birdies, but she'd love a par on 18.
I feel like the tournament's in the balance here. If Dimmock could roll this one in, she'd jump back into the solo lead.
She hasn't hit it either. Some obvious nerves on show.
No win. Her only win came at the Joburg Ladies Open back in 2019, where she beat a certain Pauline Roussin into second place. Roussin then was an amateur. Won on her second professional start in Sweden.
Inside right. You've got to make it happen. And she did on 18. Dug deep, found something around a 65.
That is some performance. 9 birdies. Well, the target's been set, 19 under par.
Well, the message is clear on the 17th. That's birdie time for Wikström, if she is going to finally win on the Ladies European Tour. Oh, inches away. A great effort.
She's not out of it yet, but her chances have come that little bit slimmer with that par 5 at 17. Annabel Dimmock has this to join Roussin-Bouchard at 19 under.
One hole left to play for Annabel Dimmock. Pauline is in the clubhouse. She knows she needs birdie on 18 to win.
After all the rehab, the months out, the tears that flowed after she was denied a place at the Women's Open last week. What an opportunity for Annabel Dimmock. Not yet all over though either for Ursula Wikström.
From 95 yards, it's a pin you wouldn't normally go after, but she must. She must take on the jeopardy. Sit. A yard further left and that's off the green. Great shot.
Has to make birdie Wikström to keep her hopes alive. That's if Dimmock doesn't make a birdie of her own.
Birdied this hole yesterday. 80 yards left. Sit. Begging for it to stop. It listens. Superb. Dad Chris must be so proud.
I'm pretty excited as well. Wikström to match Roussin-Bouchard in the clubhouse.
Oh, it's slower than you think.
It's another near miss. 21 years of trying and still that first win eludes Ursula Wikström, but she's been superb, hasn't she?
2 69s for the weekend, played in the final group. It's close, she can feel it. Look at that, 4 rounds in the 60s and you don't win. That is the calibre on the LET.
Annabel Dimmock to take the title here in Ireland. Not to be. Well, it's been some battle, hasn't it? Through 72 holes, it's not enough to separate Annabel Dimmock and Pauline Roussin-Bouchard. A round of 70 for the English player, and for the 3rd year running, it's going to need a playoff to decide the KPMG Women's Irish Open. Another nearly week for Ursula Wikström. She takes 3rd ahead of Chiara Tamburlini. Down 18 then, and both on for tricky-looking birdie putts. Roussin-Bouchard up first, and not to be. She would have to be content with a par, which would prove to be good enough because Dimmock couldn't land her attempt. Both then would par and head back to the 18th tee. Well, Roussin-Bouchard was up first and made a mistake. Opting for the 3-wood this time, she went left, caught the tree, and ended up in the heavy rough. Dimmock nailed her drive down the middle, very much advantage to the English woman.
Well, all I can think of is that she wanted to hit a full shot in here by taking 3-wood, but from this thick lie, this is 8 iron, just trying to get it somewhere near the front edge of the green. Try and get up and down from there.
Well, barring a chip in, it doesn't look like it's going to be any better than par for Roussin-Bouchard. What an opportunity for Annabel Dimmock.
84 yards left for Dimmock. Lob wedge. Needs to just keep it right a bit. Very safe, you would say.
It's been wonderful to see so many people here this week. We've had record-breaking Women's Irish Open crowds. They have been in for a real treat. Is there another few twists and turns yet to come?
The 24-year-old has got to be thinking up and down with Dimmock outside range for birdie. 6. Just caught that down slope again. This could be off the green. When you just miss strike, it releases. She's not even on the green for 3 shots. Dimmock on for 2.
Well, Annabel Dimmock will be putting first, and well, this could end Roussin-Bouchard's chances here and now.
What an end this would be. Oh, everything but.
But it pretty much guarantees the 4, which means the French player knows she's going to have to hold.
The pressure of a playoff. I thought birdie would be the winning shot or the winning number on this playoff hole, not par. Uphill, left to right. Wet grass just got caught between ball and blade.
Well, she finished 2nd in Morocco at the start of the year, Roussin-Bouchard. Looks like she might be having to settle for 2nd here, but this has been whatever happens from now, it's been a good week.
It really has, especially the round today with 9 birdies.
But a costly mistake off the tee and a bogey 5, which means it's the shortest of putts for Annabel Dimmock to enter into the winner's circle again. The comeback is complete. Annabel Dimmock, the Englishwoman with an Irish mother, conquers them all in Ireland.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. In January, a career-threatening operation. In September, she's winning on the Ladies European Tour. Not in her wildest dreams would you think that this would happen, especially so quickly.
Well, it's been another dramatic Women's Irish Open, and one that Annabel Dimmock won't forget in a hurry. This event, well, it just never disappoints. So close for both Roussin-Bouchard and Wikström, but 5 years after her first LET victory in France, it's a second trophy in the hands of Annabel Dimmock.
I'm a bit shell-shocked at the minute, I'm not gonna lie. I'm standing here and I think I'm in a dream, like honestly. Yeah, I'm just shell-shocked, I'm just over the moon right now.
A new leader at the top of the Order of Merit, Chiara Tamburlini, after her fourth place finish. Bronte Law drops to second, with Manon de Roy breathing down her neck in third. And the Swiss rookie top of these rankings as well, with Shannon Tan in second place. Tiffany Chan moves up into the top 10 after finishing fifth. Two Americans fit out the top two positions in the Rolex World Rankings, Nelly Korda and Lilia Vu, part of a strong-looking American team for the Solheim Cup. And this, the team that will be taking on the USA. Georgia Hall needing a captain's pick for the first time, but both her and Leona Maguire's final round should give them the confidence heading to Virginia. Well, thanks for watching as the Irish Open delivered another classic. Next up, it's the big one in the USA as Europe look to keep the trophy for the fourth time in a row. As ever, you can keep in touch with all the action at ladieseuropeantour.com. Bye-bye for now.